Let's find out how to understand call numbers so we can locate materials in a library. It's very important that you understand how call numbers work. Call numbers are on the spine of each material that's located in the library. Here are some examples of some call numbers, but let's look at these call numbers more closely. So here we have these call numbers, and these call numbers are really the clue to helping you understand what types of materials you're looking for. Are you looking at a nonfiction book or a fiction book? Are you looking at a graphic novel or a large print? Let's explore call numbers more. Let's take a look at these call numbers again. Call numbers have two parts to them. If you look at each one of these call numbers, we can divide them into two separate spots. So this first one right here is a perfect example, okay? If we separate out Poe, we have this part left. So we have one part, two parts. Down here it's the same thing, okay? We can separate Welch from the F. If we go here, we can separate the skew from the rest of it. So if you notice, I'm able to easily separate out these two parts. Okay? So now we can examine the first part of the call number. The first part is always what type of material. And what I mean by that is it fiction or nonfiction? We can tell right away that this is fiction because it is missing something. If the book were nonfiction in a Dewey Decimal Cataloging System, it would have numbers. Does this first part have numbers? No. So it has to be fiction. Same with this one. Are there numbers? No. It has to be fiction. If we get here, do we see numbers? Yes, we see numbers. So that's telling me right away that this is nonfiction. We get to here, 92. Are there numbers? Yes. So that means it's nonfiction. Same with this one. Are there numbers? Yes. It's nonfiction. And obviously this last one would also be nonfiction. Now you might be saying, but Mrs. Squires, what's CD? What's LP? What's GN? Depending on the particular catalog that you may find yourself in, the library is going to have different differentiations for formats, okay? So we can say this is a format, this is a format, and this is a format. Now, does anyone want to take a guess as to what CD means? CD simply means compact disc. LP in O'Neill's library means large print. GN means graphic novel. It doesn't change the fact that this is still a fiction material. It doesn't change that this is still a nonfiction material. So this is the first part of a call number. The second part of a call number is the author's last name. That's it. It's really easy to remember. Okay? So you have to have both parts of a call number to make it be a complete call number. A lot of times I'll have a kid say to me, here's the call number, Mrs. Squires, and they won't have this part. They'll give me CDF. Well, all they're telling me is they want something that's located in our books on CD, and it's fiction. It doesn't give me the author's last name, which is really important, because if I don't have the author's last name, I have no idea of knowing exactly where that material is. So remember, the first part tells what type of material. Is it fiction or nonfiction? The second part tells you author's last name. And that's how you know if you have a complete call number, and that's how you're able to use this information to search the catalog correctly. When you were feeling like you knew what you were doing, there are a couple exceptions to the rules when it comes to call numbers. and they would involve two areas, at least in O'Neill's library. Anytime you see or are looking for an audiobook and it will say CD on it, it is cataloged by the title of the book. For biographies, instead of having the author who wrote the biography about the person, the second part is the person who the book is about. So for example, 92 Tubman would be a biography about Harriet Tubman. Otherwise, you can pretty much assume that the second part of a call number is the author's last name.